We often say here on the show, don't we, that the battle between the former close brothers, William and Harry, has really been played out in the world's media. But as ever, when you look at the story and you kind of see exactly where it's gone wrong and where it's gone right, one wonders really, how did it come to this? That is the question, according to a very good source, that Prince William, or should I now say, of course, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, really wants to know. Seemingly because when Harry and William were living together and had a very close bond, never at any point did Prince Harry bring up some of these, shall we say, more fanciful stories that have recently emerged over the last few years. So what's the true story behind it? Morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Nice to have your company today as ever. And thank you for joining me. It's nice to see you. As you can see, a beautiful visage behind me. I know it's not as great at the front though. Pulling your leg, of course. This is one of the most famous views, isn't it, I think, in London, this and Tower Bridge. I was looking, the other day, and it's been used on so many films. You don't realise, do you, till you're watching old films and you think, wow, those film actors stood exactly in the same spot 60 years ago and filmed with a crew. And then here we are all these years later. Yeah. On your own. You get the picture, don't you? Back as ever though to your breaking royal story of the day. This really is a perplexing story because it all really centres upon the fact that now Prince Harry, otherwise known as Harry or the Duke of Sussex, whichever you want to call him, has now finished his memoir, or should I say telling the ghostwriter his memoir, which is apparently all set for publication with a lot of bombs in there, as we often cite here on the show. These things are really about how difficult the childhood were, what he really thought about his late mother and the situation surrounding her in the media. This could really backfire, by the way, on Prince Harry, because let's not forget that, while Princess Diana was a lovely lady, and as I say, I was fortunate enough to meet her on a number of occasions, she was no saint, We only have to look at the list of lovers that she decided to take herself following the demise of her marriage to Prince Charles at the time. Plus the fact she worked in conjunction with many areas of the media, a little bit like Harry and Meghan are doing themselves today. In fact, many could say it's history repeating itself. But the bigger picture is this. A few years back, William and Harry, along with Catherine, decided to mount a Heads Together campaign all about mental health and how to deal with it. And it's interesting because a lot of celebrities didn't want to get involved. Even though it was the super royals at the time, they seemingly didn't want that. Then, of course, we had the bombshell from Prince Harry that said, he was left virtually on his own to deal with all of this situation, including, of course, his wife, Meghan Markle, who claimed that she didn't receive any assistance for her own mental health. Strange when you think about it, because this is not the narrative that the Prince of Wales recalls. In fact, he said that a lot of people were very supportive around him, including our late monarch, his father, Her Majesty the King, and of course just general people, So what version of events is Harry truly relating to? This is going to be proving a bit of a sticking point should the brothers ever get together, or indeed have that open discussion, because according to that good source, this is a version of Harry that Prince William, or should I say the Prince of Wales, I will remember, doesn't recognise. He said in the whole years that we were growing up together, right until about 4 years ago, work of that what you will, none of these conversations came up, and they spent a lot of time together, obviously as brothers, obviously discussed many different things themselves. So exactly where are these new lights coming from? According to that good source, everything seemingly changed the moment that Prince Harry decided to, push further ahead in the relationship with the actress Meghan Markle. And now, of course, we all remember that infamous line where then Prince William suggested to Harry to take things a little bit slower. This, of course, didn't go down too well, and that was the start of the very fractious breakdown between the two brothers. Either way, I'm told that Prince William, Prince of Wales, is going to be looking eagerly towards this memoir just to see if there are any clues in there that he could have possibly have missed. But right now, he says, according to that good source, he simply does not recognise the brother that is now out there today. What a sorry state of affairs, don't you think? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.